Hello everybody, my name is Ban Unseen, and I know what you're all thinking. Wait, you're dead, right? No, not quite. I know I've not uploaded in 90 days, but you're not that lucky. So, today I've got a Minecraft command block tutorial for you, and just before you click off the video, don't do it. These aren't all commands that you need to do, okay? This is just showing you all of the different possibilities, right? This is an extreme version. Please don't think that you've got 8 hours of writing to do. You don't, okay? This isn't an English essay. Right, so basically, I've created a Worldedit / Terraform type mod, and I've seen Dacon Blackrose do something similar to this. I've not really looked too much into detail of it. I saw it for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I was like, I need to do that. But then, you know, I tried to download the shit, and turns out it's an add-on, and I'm pretty sure that you can't do that shit on PS4. So I've made one that works on PS4, and if you can't do it on Xbox, then this will work on Xbox. This is your own version of doing it. So basically, do you want to create mountains like this in, what, maybe a minute, maybe 2? Well, you can do it. I know this is a really shitty one that I put like no effort into, but I'll show you some better examples later. Okay, so first of all, what you'll need to do is a very quick, simple one. You'll need to hit this button. But what does this button do, you might be asking? Well, inside here we've got game rule command block output false. This will mean that every time you try to use the command, it doesn't spam your chat up in the top left like you see there. So you can either press the button or you can type that into chat. It's completely up to you. Now, right here, real quick, I've got 2 little things which make it so that you can distinguish, you know, the players in your world who don't have Worldedit and the players who do, and make it only work for whoever's got Worldedit permissions. So pretty much for this, I've given myself the tag Worldedit. Now this means that if I'm the only one on the world with the tag Worldedit by hitting this button, I can use the Worldedit. But if I take it away from me by using tag @p remove Worldedit, then I've no longer got it. Now the next thing we have is the thing that stops the Worldedit. Now this is probably the most important thing because you don't want to be stuck placing stone or dirt or gravel wherever you look. So to do this we do execute @e type equals item, comma, name equals Worldedit stop, or whatever you want the stop thing to be named, and then tilde tilde tilde, that's the squiggly lines, kill @e type equals item, radius equals 12. Now pretty much what that will do is, because with this Worldedit, what you have to do is you have to throw an item, look around, and it will pretty much place whatever item you throw wherever you want. So wherever you look, it'll start building that item, like I'll show you in a second. And this pretty much kills all of the items around you, so the item that you're holding 10 blocks in front of you will be destroyed. Okay, so before you start with the Worldedit, you need to come over here and hit the green button. Now, if you're the only one that's going to be using it, you don't need to worry as much about turning it off every time, but it stops accidents if you do. And if multiple people are using it, I definitely recommend that you press the red button and the green button every time you want to stop and start using it. So to actually use the Worldedit, all you need to do is you need to take your named item and throw it. And then you can start building out of the item whatever you want. So let's say we just want to build like a nice little, I don't know, maybe like a little stone hill or something. I know it looks kind of rough at the minute, that's because I'm rushing it, but obviously you can take a bit more time if you want. And that'll do for now. So once you're finished placing it, throw your Worldedit stop on the floor, and then you can look around freely without having to worry about it. Now let's say we want some grass on the top of this hill. What you'll do is you'll come in with the Worldedit grass and you'll place that all on top. Now, because I've done it a really small hill mountain thing, it doesn't look the best at the minute, but you know, we'll roll with it. So there we go. Okay, and now let's say, I don't know, maybe you want some gravel on top. Don't know why you would, but let's use it. Give it a nice little peek. Right. As you can see, the gravel gives quite a nice like spire effect, especially if you break a bit of it after. It gives it more of a sharp, pointy type feel. Now this can be quite helpful if you mix this with the edit replace gravel command, which I've set up, which what this does is it replaces all of the gravel in the area with stone. Now the best way that I like to use these commands is by using the edit grass, having it on the maximum tick speed possible, building whatever you want first. So let's say, I don't know, I just wanted... I know this looks very rough and not too great, but obviously you would put a lot more time and effort into it. But let's say you want it looking like that. So that's a very rough hill. You'd come along with the edit replace dirt command, and because you're on tick speed maximum, it will change all of the grass that's underneath to dirt instantly, and all of the dirt then gets changed to stone, and you're left with a much better looking hill slash mountain, in my opinion. Okay, so let's say you're not wanting to build a tiny little hill. What I'd recommend doing is using the edit replace gravel, going up a decent bit, and doing this sort of formation where you move up and down and in and out with it, left and right a little bit too, and it ends up creating these quite nice sharp spires. Now if you give it a second to fall, it can get a tiny bit laggy. What you can do now is you can come in and maybe break a few to make it look a bit more uneven. You can maybe add a few gravel blocks in to give it a bit more 3D form and shape. And then, once that's all done, if you come in with your edit replace gravel and change this all to stone, okay, and once you're done replacing it all, what you can do is use the Worldedit stop, and then if you do want to get rid of all of this gravel on the floor, which I do recommend, just throw a few Worldedit stops near it, and there we go. Okay, so let's take a look at how to actually do the thing. So as I said earlier, I've made it to where you need to have the tag Worldedit for it to work. So as you can see, we've got execute at p tag equals Worldedit. That means that it will happen to the closest player with the tag Worldedit. And then we've got the upwards arrow, upwards arrow, upwards arrow 10. The first one is the left and right from where you're looking. The second one is the up and down from where you're looking. And the third one is how far in or out from where you're looking. So 10 means that it will be placed 10 blocks in front of wherever you're looking. You can change that if you want. You can change that to, I don't know, 5 blocks in front of where you're looking. You could change it to 50 blocks in front of where you're looking. It's entirely up to you. And then we've got TP at E, type equals item, name equals edit stone. Now, you don't have to call it edit stone, I just find that the easiest. So this basically teleports whatever item you've picked to be your Worldedit tool in front of you by 10 blocks, and it keeps it there no matter where you look. And then we've just got the tilde 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 that keeps it in that position pretty much. So that needs to be repeating, unconditional, and either always active, or if you want to be able to turn it on and off, it needs to be on needs redstone, and then you can toggle it on or off with a lever. In front of it, we need both of the arrows facing the same way. It can be that way, that way, that way, or that way, doesn't make a difference. But you need them both facing the same way. Now this needs to be a chain command block, on conditional and on always active. It's important that you get this right. We do execute, at E type equals item, name equals edit stone, which is again the name that I've picked to be the tool. Tilde tilde tilde, fill, tilde minus 1, tilde minus 1, tilde minus 1, tilde 1, tilde 1, tilde 1, stone, or whatever block it is that you're going to be using. Pretty much what this command does is, at wherever your item is, which for me it's going to be 10 blocks in front of me, at that item it fills in a square which is going to be 9 blocks cubed basically, because it's minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, and 1, 1, 1. So that's pretty much how the entire command works, and then for each of these, all you need to do is change it to whatever block you want. So type equals item, name equals edit grass, tilde 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 grass. And for this one it would be dirt, gravel, but it changes when you get to these two. This is the replace gravel with stone, and this is the replace stone. I meant to put replace dirt with stone. So for these, you do the exact same thing for the first one, but then when it gets to the second one, pretty much the difference is you're going to have the block that you're going to replace it to, which is stone, and then you're going to put 0. That's the data value. So if you were using, I don't know, log, what you'd put is log 0 for oak, log 1 for birch, etc, etc. And then replace. This is important because this is only going to replace the block that... And then you've got to put replace, because this means that rather than it destroying every block, it will only destroy the block that you've put after it, which I've chosen to be gravel, because obviously gravel gives you the nice peaks. And that is the same for this one, except obviously I've chose stone 0 replace dirt. So that's how to do the command. Pretty easy, right? Well, there's a few extra steps that you can put into it. So what I've done is I've created small brushes, and I've created large brushes for it. So let's take a look at those. Now that's not it, there's also a little bonus type thing at the end that I've made, which helps you with creating custom trees. Okay, so if we're going to use the edit stone small, as you can see, this is a 2x2x2 rather than a 3x3x3, which makes it a decent amount smaller. You can get a lot more detail in, and that's the same with all of these. So if I use that, and finally gravel, as you can see. But where it gets incredibly cool is when you go up to the edit grass large, which, as you can see, does huge chunks which you can use to build massive hills and mountains. So if you say want to build a quick hill, all you need to do is come down here, grab your replace dirt, and start replacing all of the dirt in the area with stone. As you can see, that makes a huge difference to the look of it. In my opinion, it makes it look a lot better and a lot more like a naturally generated hill. Obviously, it wouldn't look like this. I've put no effort into this. I will show you a good example in a minute. But yeah, this works for both dirt, gravel, and stone. I'm not going to show you the gravel because it might lag a little bit more. But you can use this to create lots of cool formations, maybe mountains, volcanoes, hills, anything you want really. Okay, so how you do these small and large ones is in the command block. All you do is, rather than having like -1, -1, -1, 1, 1, 1, I've done -1, -1, -1, and then tilde, tilde, tilde. So that would make it a 2x2 rather than a 3x3. That's the same for all of the stones. And then I've also done it for the dirt to stone, so that you can get a little bit more precision with it. And here, for the large brushes, I've done -3, -3, -3, and 3, 3, 3. Now, I'm pretty sure if math serves correctly, that is a 7x7x7. And for this one, what I've done is I'm replacing the dirt with stone, but doing it in a -10, -10, -10 by 10 by 10 by 10. So the final thing that I have to show you for these command blocks is this. Now, this is my idea of how you could make it slightly easier. What? Okay, there we go. Slightly easier to make custom trees. I've not really used this much, so let's see if I can do it. So, as you can see, it places the tree wherever you want it. You could build like the roots or whatever. It's up to you. And then you can start to take it up a little bit. As I say, I've not used this much. You guys can play around with it a lot more. Fine tune it to however you want it, just by playing around with the, like, where it places the blocks and how big it places them. Okay, so as you can see, I've made a smaller scale version that looks better than that, and then you can just go in and throw the leaves on wherever you want them, and I've made it so that the leaves only replace the air rather than replacing the actual logs, so that it just gives it a more natural feel. And then you can come in and sort of like round the leaves off a little bit if you want, make it look a little bit more natural. But the best part about these leaves is that they act like normal Minecraft leaves. They don't act like leaves that you've placed in, where when you destroy the actual branches, they stay there. These leaves, instead of staying there like they would if you custom built the tree yourself, if you actually destroy the wood in the tree, like this, you'll see that the leaves will start to disappear too once you disconnect the logs. There we go. And there we go. So yeah, kinda cool. And now you can make these whatever leaves you want. They don't have to be spruce, and you could just clone this around the map, giving it loads of different custom trees basically. So you'll have the tool edit tree, and you'll place log. I've got it set to a 2 vertical, so a 1 by 2 by 1 I believe. So this is how you'd do that. You'd do tilde 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 1 tilde, and then wood 0. Now make sure that you use the word wood and not log, because if you use wood it will give you this nice rounded wood rather than having the like exposed inside part. And for the leaves, if you come over here, we've got edit leaves, yep, and we've got the -1 -1 -1 tilde tilde tilde, which will mean that it's in a 2 by 2 area once again. We've got leaves 1 keep. Now keep means that it will only destroy the air and it won't destroy any other blocks around it. And the reason that I've used leaves 1 is so that it's spruce leaves. Okay, now the only command I haven't shown you is how to do the Worldedit delete, and that's quite simple. All you do is you do fill with air. So if I show you it once again, you see it just takes out all of the blocks in the area. Now you can make this as big or as small as you want it just by changing the numbers like I've shown you. Okay, so here's the time lapse that I did. Now this took about 20 minutes without the breaks altogether to do this mountain, but if you were to build this mountain by hand it would definitely take at least 3 hours. So this saved so much time, it's unbelievable, and I hope you enjoy.
What you thinking? Leave that on record spinning. You feel the rhythm going. Legs ain't got time to lay low. Your knees are bending, so it's time to get up and let go. Hey, mama, how's it going? Can see your body moving. Don't leave the party dying. Keep booty shaking, you know your head has no right to say no. Tonight it's ready, set, go. Baby, can you move around the rhythm so we can get with and turn around and get us a rock and roll round? Let's down, down, body, body, coming with the super hottie, let's go. No slow, hell no. Baby, can you move around the rhythm? Cause you know we're living in the fast lane. Speed up, it ain't no game. Just turn up all the beams when I come upon the scene. Hey, brother, what you thinking? That good old sound is ringing. They don't know what they're missing. Legs ain't got time to lay low. Your knees are bending, so it's time to get up and let go. Hey, brother, listen steady. Put down your brick, you ready. It's hot when things get messy. Keep booty shaking, you know your head has no right to say no. Tonight it's ready, set, go. Baby, can you move around the rhythm so we can get with and turn around and get us a rock and roll round? Let's down, down, body, body, coming with the super hottie, let's go. No slow, hell no. Baby, can you move around the rhythm? Cause you know we're living in the fast lane. Speed up, it ain't no game. Just turn up all the beams when I come upon the scene.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.